Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, great for recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day, except today's Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, drop me a comment, and by all means, share it with anybody you think might get something out of it. Other than that, guys, again, Merry Christmas. To all and everybody out there, I hope you all had a great day. I know a lot of people in early sobriety, this is a very tough time of year, guys. If you made it through the day sober, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. Please hang on. It gets better. If you slipped up and used today, come back tomorrow and start fresh, Never give up, guys. Excuse me. I'm sorry I'm doing the video so late today. I didn't want to do it first thing this morning before I had the experience of the day because I knew today was going to be a really special day. Today was a very busy day. And again, only because I actually have a life today. I'm actually a part of things today, guys. My last 10 Christmases last year was sitting in rehab. And the bunch before that were, I wasn't invited anywhere. I didn't have anywhere to go. If anything, I got pity invites. This morning, I get up, I took it upon myself to go drop off gifts, to go visit people that matter to me, to be a part of somebody, some elderly people, and make their day and show them how much I care for them and let them know that they're being thought of. And I went and got some money out and I went on tipped some of the places where I go to regularly and just dropping $20 bills off to people for the sake of just letting them know I'm thinking about them. As I was reaching out to all my group members and sending text out, I realized my good friend was chairing the AA meeting today. I was looking forward to going. I didn't think I was going to make it because I was supposed to be in Framingham for 1 o'clock. But then I realized I was going to be there all day and night. And again, I choose what's important to me. So I reached out to my family and said, guys, I'll probably be a little bit late. I'm going to go spend some time with my AA group and wish everybody there that doesn't have anywhere else to go a Merry Christmas. And my family was so proud of me for that. They're like, dude, good for you. That's awesome. Like, they know my recovery comes first, and they were thrilled for that. So I did. I got to go to the meeting. I got to speak at the meeting, and it was a great meeting, guys. It mattered to me, and it mattered to others to be a part of my group, to show support for my group. And let them know. And I got to speak and reflect and say, listen, for those of you suffering without your families, that's where I was last year. I'm leaving here and I'm going to be with my family. If you do the work this coming year, then next year you'll be in that same boat. I promise you that. And then, guys, I went to my brother's house out in Framingham, and it's a mix of his family and his baby's mother's, or not his baby's 30 years old. They bought a house together years after they broke up. It's a blended family that just integrates really, really well. A lot of them know me, but even though they only met me once or twice 10 years ago, they all are aware of what I'm doing. I have never been anywhere I felt so incredibly welcomed. I had guys, and there was a lot of people. Like, there was 30 plus people at this house. And we had laughs, and oh my God, the amount, I had so much food, guys. It was like I literally was having trouble breathing at one point, and I just kept eating because it was so much good food. My brother made 3 prime ribs, and it was 4 pans of lasagna, and then it was like 900 and desserts, and then there was gifts for me, and there was Secret Santa, and there was videos, and there was games, and there was just people laughing and having a good time. But guys, it was the most amazing. And guys, like I said, I get so choked up everywhere lately. And you know what? That didn't happen because I didn't have time to dwell. But I was like actually engaging with people and then asking how they were doing and talking about myself. But you know what? More than just talking about myself, asking and talking about other people, getting to know other people. Somebody brought their Belgian Malinois, 11-week-old puppy that I fell in love with, and guys, oh my God, I was so looking forward to today. And just like so many things today, guys, my expectations were blown completely out of the water. I did not plan on coming home at 9 o'clock at night, but I had to drag myself out of there when I did because I was having such a good time. I felt so incredibly welcomed and seen and heard and cared for, and people proud of me and proud of who I am, and just a perfect cap to the Christmas day, to this year, to my recovery program, to everything that I've done. Guys, I cannot stress enough the beauty of the program, the beauty of what's possible in your life. Like literally, I get on here and do these videos for myself. I also get on there to show people what's possible. And I love, love the fact that that's what I am today. I'm an example, or I am the example of what's possible. Guys, and you know what? And that's the thing, guys. It's not about me. And I do this for you. And I do this for us. Because we are a group. We are recovering addicts. We are our recovery network. We are our recovery program. We are our AA meetings. We are our NA meetings. It's anonymity. It's the group, right? And this the reading today. Anonymity and self-will. Anonymity and self-will. The drive for self-gain, which brought us so much pain in the past, falls by the wayside if we adhere to the principle of anonymity. The word anonymity itself means namelessness, but there is a larger principle at work in the anonymity of the recovery program, the principle of selflessness. When we admit we were powerless to manage our own lives, we take our first step away from self-will and toward selflessness. The less we try to run our own lives on self-will, the more we find the power and direction once so sorely lacking in our lives. But the principle of selflessness does so much more than just make us feel better. It helps us live better. Our ideas of how the world should be run by... Our ideas of how the world should be run lose their importance, and we stop trying to impose our will on everything and everything, or everyone and everything around us. When we abandon our know-it-all pretensions and start recognizing the value of other people's experience, we start treating them with respect. The interests of others become as important as our own. We start to think about what's best for the group rather than just for us. We start living a life that is bigger than we are, that's more important than us, our name. We start living the principle of anonymity. And the affirmation is, God, just for today, God, please free me from self-will. Help me understand the principle of anonymity. Help me live selflessly. And guys, again, it's everything to the best of our ability, and there's there's areas where these things apply and there's don't. Now, when it comes to your needs, you've got to put your needs first. But when you get into a group setting, don't make everything about you. Make yourself a part of the group, because that's the thing, guys. When a group has so many more of us in it, we all add value, right? Instead of being the one, you don't want to be the person that's going there just to take. And it's almost impossible in a recovery setting, because we all have equal give and take, and we all have share. And I'm not saying you have to go there and give of anything. We don't demand that we suggest you help support the meeting, but we don't throw anybody out. Then, I don't care. We don't even notice. If you don't have $2 to donate to the meeting, we don't care. We want you. We want you there. We want your shared experience. We want the power of your recovery adding to the power of the group. And that's the most important thing. We want you to live a better life. We want you to be another example that recovery saves lives. We want you to be another soul taken away from the devil. And we do this together, guys. It's the power of the group. And that's what I saw today. Like, I saw people that were sad, that were struggling. I saw other people that have families out of country that they didn't even know their family knew where they were at, and they got a Christmas phone call, and a brother who they thought would look down on them just said, hey, it is what it is. We want you to be okay. And like that was so beautiful. Like, to see this older woman, misplaced from her country, here by herself, just giving it her all, and having her family just let her know that, hey, we love you. Like, we just want you to be okay, and where you're at is a good place. You have nothing to hide. That's beautiful, guys. We saw other people that were there, a young couple coming up, and they're both in recovery, and they're doing this thing together, and that's a tough gig. I know, and that's what I strive for, but you know what? I'm so proud of them. My friend chairing the meeting, who's going through so much, so much, my dear friend. Honey, if you're watching, just please know how proud of you I am. Please know we all are. We see what you do. We know what you're going through. And yet you show up every day, and you still take time to chair a meeting and give of yourself and speak freely. and you're taking care of so much at home, and you're there for your daughters, and like, just, you are a powerhouse, and we are so proud of you, and I really hope you see this video to know that. But guys, that's the beauty of the program, right? And again, you don't see me putting somebody's name out there because it's anonymity, and I don't have that, I choose to be public with my story, and I share generically to encourage others, but I will never put somebody else's business, good or bad, out there. It's not my place to do so. If somebody chooses to come join me and do a group meeting or a group video, then they're welcome to. And anybody interested, let me know. I'd love to host anybody. But I want to share this program with everybody I can. And guys, I love the fact that I found a way to overcome, and it doesn't mean I'm not going to face struggles down the road. It doesn't mean that this next year I won't have major challenges ahead. But I know that I won't be given anything that I can't handle. I know that there are seasons to life. There's an ebb and flow to everything. I know there's going to be days that I'm on top and I'm killing it. And I know the days that I'm going to have to deal with new situations and deal with new stresses. But you know what? I choose to look at them from a positive light. I always have. That's one of my personality traits that I absolutely love. And that's something I could never say, even though I knew that. I knew I always chose happiness. I knew I chose just to not to spread misery, although I did a lot in addiction. But even then, my baseline was always upbeat and happy. And even when I knew that, I couldn't love myself for that, because I hated myself for everything else in my life. I hated for myself what I was doing to my family, what I was doing to myself, what I was doing to my loved ones, what I was doing to anybody that knew me or was trying to get to know me. I hated the fact that I was so isolated and alone, because nobody could get to know me, because I wouldn't let anybody get to know me. Even when I thought I was trying to, it was a facade, because I didn't know myself. I wasn't getting to know me. And today I do. And I do that through anonymity as much as possible. When I'm in my group, it's about anonymity. I don't put anybody else's stuff out there. And I just share openly, and I listen as much as I share. I was one of the first to speak today, not because I was raring to go, but because when the meeting started, nobody had raised their hand yet, and I didn't want to sit there in silence. It's okay, I'll break the ice. And I find that once one person gets going and speaks openly and authentically and honestly and acknowledges, then that makes people feel comfortable to say the things that they want to say, but they're a little insecure to the beginning. So I've learned to be a leader, and I learned to say, okay, even if I haven't had a chance to think about what I want to say, and I don't come out sounding as intelligent as I could, that's okay. I will sacrifice my opportunity to look like a better speaker if, in doing so, I'm making other people feel comfortable, and then they're getting more out of the meeting. And at the end of the day, that's what it is, guys. It started off with a lot of people insecure and uptight and a little reluctant to speak, to everybody speaking and just dropping bombs of truth, man, bombs of wisdom. And no matter how difficult it was for people that weren't there, don't have their kids in their life because they're taking care of themselves, every one of them even knew that this is the best thing that they can do. Like, it was so beautiful. I was so moved. I was planning on going there to say hi. And then I said, you know what, I'll sit down and I'll stay for this part. And guys, I stayed for the whole meeting, because at the end of the day, that's what's important. Like, I knew I'd be at my brother's all day, and it didn't matter if I got there at 12:45 or at 1:45. And then there was no traffic, so I got there by 1:30, shortly after everybody, before any food came out. Other people were late. Like, I got there plenty early, and I was glad that I got there plenty early, because I end up having, and I'm not used to crowds like that, and I'm not used to, as much as I love my family, I'm not used to spending, 8+ hours around a group of 30 people in a house. But guys, it wasn't like that today, and I kept thinking, I do want to get out and do my video, and at the same time, I'm like, I will. I know myself today. I trust myself. I will go take care of my commitment. But I made the choice that it's Christmas. I've been invited to my family's house. I'm sitting amongst people I love and people that have accepted me and are proud of me and are just cheering me on and giving me accolades and just, just enjoying my company, and I'm enjoying theirs. And they had gifts for me that I didn't expect, and I brought gifts to my nieces and nephews, and I felt great about that. And it was absolutely beautiful, guys. Like, I couldn't foresee any of that last year in recovery, but last year sitting in rehab, I said, if I do this right, I never have to do this again, and next year will be better. Guys, I was right, but man, did I underestimate just how much better things can get in 1 year. And now I'm bought in, so now I know what's possible. So I want to hold myself to that standard, but give myself grace as well, because I know things are going to come and go, and there are going to be challenges, and there may be setbacks, and I'm okay with that. I'm not saying I have to have this. Like, I think there's a good chance I'll be where I'd like to be, and I'm definitely putting a little more of my experience into my challenging myself to what I can do, because I know that's what God wants of me. God has shown me that all year. This whole year, God has made everything in my life about giving me confidence, giving me a sense of self-worth, giving me love for myself. And it's funny, because you know what? Those are all the things that I was crying about this time last year because I didn't have, and it was my own fault for not having them. And again, instead of thinking I had to do these things on my own, I drop to my knees and I pray and I meditate and I build a conscious contact relationship with my higher power. I look at everything, the little slip up I had that I get home, and I realized that was a direct message to get your ass to a meeting. And these things have finally gotten me to a point where I put recovery first. Not saying it. I don't use the bumper stickers. I live it. I put recovery first. I stop and think before I act. These are things I couldn't do before, guys, and it has changed my life so much better. I just had the most beautiful Christmas I've had in 20 years, and it's just scratching the surface. Next year, hopefully, I'll have a loved one of my own, and we'll be able to go and do that. I'm definitely going to go back to my brother's, and I want to go more often. They have this beautiful house with a hot tub and all these wonderful people. This isn't even my blood family. This is my brother's ex best friend, his ex-wife, who is now his best friend. Guys, my brother bought this house with his ex-wife 10 years after they divorced, because they built a blended family that I cannot explain, but that works better than any family I've ever seen, and I love these people. It was absolutely amazing, guys. The most beautiful Christmas. And I give it all to God. God has put me in the right places to make the right decisions, to do the right work, to follow the right program, to make everything I've been through seem like just preparation for the life that I'm living today. And that's okay. Because I got 40, 50 years of beauty ahead of me, so long as I choose to look at it that way, so long as I choose not to pick up that first one, so long as I choose not to get overwhelmed, so long as I choose to turn my will over to God, to not be self-seeking, not to run my life with my own self-will, but to live selflessly, to apply the principle of anonymity and all these other principles in my life. The program is laid out in an easy-to-follow manner. Not easy to follow, not always easy to do, but it's something you can do. You just have to want to. You have to decide you will. I was contemplating and reflecting on that today when I was sitting in rehab a year ago, saying, I know I could do this, but will I? And as soon as that came out, I realized the only thing holding me back is me. So stop holding myself back. And look what's happening. Sorry, guys. Knocking stuff over. I'm getting excited. Guys, I finally stopped holding myself back, and boy, have I leapt forward. Guys, that's going to be the video for today. Merry Christmas, everybody. Please know how much I love each and every one of you. Please know how much I believe in each and every one of you. How proud of each and every one of you I am. Guys, always remember, God loves you. I love you. We'll see you in the next one.